Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, another wondrous Propagandacast. And your host, Imperial Dane, Master of Propaganda. We are off here to an exciting 1v1 right here on Holotny Ferma. We shall be watching NovSeb fighting for Germany, for the Reich, for the 10th SS Panzer Division Hohenstaufen versus Theodosius fighting for the Soviet Union. And the 23rd Tank Corps comrades! Hoorah! Points swiftly being secured for the glory of the Soviet peoples. Conscripts moving up, combat engineers. Pioneers doctrines are Jäger, Infantry, Spearhead und Sturm doctrine. A bit of a route to see that one there. Versus Theodosius with shock rifle, shock army, and guard motor. The current bog standard amongst Soviets. Generally, the guard motor and shock rifle rarely leaving. Now it's just basically guards rifle that's been replaced with Soviet shock army, since it basically gives shock machine guns, shock troopers, heavy mortars, and Sturmovik attacks, which thankfully I believe will all be looked into by the next patch here on Tuesday. In fact, when I've been calling this, of course, when this puts out, it'll be actually tomorrow. So keep in mind. Also, you know, send me in some replays after the patch is out. Send me in some replays for the new stuff, some new games, exciting stuff, some things to show. And he's back here to NovSeb.
We have a fresh grenadier squad.
Constantly sneaking up and moving into the church there. Good move from Theodosius. The reconnaissance moving through buildings, you know, quickly scouting out, then perhaps moving on. A good move. A nice move, certainly something to recommend. Pioneers moving up, Canadians, and looks like he's supporting all of this with an MG42, so we're seeing a rather focused northern effort here from NovSeb, constantly having the MG42 covering the advance of the Grenadier Squad. This is definitely a rather interesting approach here from NovSeb. Definitely interesting, not bad. It looks like he's just keeping it there while the other Grenadier Squad moves up. Theodosius so far getting a nice chunk on the map, in fact. Having gained fuel and munitions already. A rather nice spread out approach here from him, in fact. Then he's held up here in the building. Conscripts moving in. Conscripts a bit out in the open. They need to be a bit careful. Third Grenadier squad out here. So 3 Grenadiers. MG42 here for NovSeb.
How can we help?
And Yuri left in the road here. A bit disappointed about his comrades. Before turning up here, supporting now the Pionieren in the north. Comes to be engaged by the church, though again, good move in response. He's just moving up there close to the front, but there's only one that can shoot out at a time. But there we go. Molotov goes off, immediately burning off Heinz. And conscripts are moving in, engaging the Grenadiers here. Grenadiers supported from the other Grenadier squad, but there we go, up behind the hedgerows where the other Grenadiers can't support, but at the same time they have taken sufficient damage. Those of these Grenadiers might actually have a chance, and there we go, other Grenadier squad moving up to fight support, understood so, but at the same time Theodosius reinforced the conversation with another Grenadier conscript squad. At the same time that we do see NovSeb here running back to the church. The fires have been extinguished. The church is once more safe to be in, although Heinz is still a bit burnt therein.
Germany now holds the victory point.
NovSeb though, winning the engagements here. Conscripts though, note here though, cover is directional, and what do these conscripts are? They're on the wrong side then, which means they're definitely not benefiting from this. On the other hand, NovSeb's Grenadiers are. He's got several Grenadier squads firing here. These conscripts there are forced away. MG42 moving in, and there we go, on the run from the long arm of the Wehrmacht. Slowly approaching, slowly gaining, and we're seeing a mortar falling up to 3 Grenadiers, 1 MG and 1 Granatenwerfer. Grenadier down, need to fall in back. Zurück zu fallen. Either that or set up command bunker here to reinforce from or something like that. Pioneers being pushed back here by combat engineers, pods have been secured. Grenadiers continue fighting. In the Name des Deutschlands. And also holding up the cut-off point there, nice move. And we're seeing here a quick response. We're seeing the heavy mortar, and of course we don't know what doctrine he's gone for. We know he's in fact got 2 doctrines with heavy mortars. We see no elite troops of any kind. So he could have gone guards motor, he could have gone shock arm, and currently that could actually prove to be his advantage, because that could actually leave NovSeb here a bit confused. Because now there's actually several doctrines with the heavy mortars. And more specifically, he's actually got 2 of them, so in that regard, NovSeb could actually be a bit, unsure. Has he gone for Soviet Shock Army, or has he gone for Guards Motor? And if he utilised that correctly, he would actually keep NovSeb a bit off guard to actually utilise that to his advantage.
Enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
A little fun thought there. Engagement up here, Pioneers not doing too well there, being forced away. NovSeb encountering several problems. There we go. Heavy mortar firing away the 122mm mortar. Very powerful mortar, Soviet mortar, and also a mortar which pretty much most armies that actually fought on the Eastern Front actually adopted. I believe the Italians were the only ones that didn't. Otherwise, the Germans, the Romanians, the Hungarians, the Finns pretty much copied it outright and began using it themselves. In fact, for the Germans, it actually caused a huge shift in their own mortars, where the 8mm mortar sort of been the heavy mortar previously. It now became the medium mortar, whereas the heavy quality mortar sort of took over there, and they actually began utilising them more and more. So, rather little fun fact there. It also resulted in their German light mortar, the 5cm mortar, actually being sort of disposed of since they didn't really need it anymore then. And that was actually sort of a squad level mortar, interestingly enough. But shock troops out here, so the cat's out of the bag, or in this case, the big hairy Russian with submachine gun and body armor is out of the bag.
It's ready to use.
And we're seeing here a quick response to Panzergrenadier arriving here for NovSeb. There, and there we go, country moving up. Grenadiers holding up here behind a bunch of logs, firing away there. Gutes firing, Heinz. Keep shooting for the Reich. For Deutschland. Meanwhile, Russians pushing up here. A bit in a shabby condition. A good mortar round here could actually do something. And actually, there seems nothing here for NovSeb covering the centre. You might want to be careful with that. It's actually giving his opponent quite a bit of leverage. And there we go. But there we go. We actually seems that NovSeb has been predicting this. He's also gone for Jäger Infanterie. Fully realising his S is Infanterie's power. Yeah, vorwärts. And we are seeing Theodosius being pushed back. We're seeing mines going up. Heavy mortar so far firing without really achieving any hits. Mines there. And there we go. Several Gewehr 43s up. The German semi-automatic rifle of choice. Although, I mean, in particular, it says troops are actually known for grabbing anything automatic they could off the Soviet bodies, which basically means the PVH-41s, but also the SVT-40. The SS troops generally were believers of, lots of firepower, so basically they'd augment with anything that had a higher rate of fire than their own weapons. So little fun fact there, little fun fact. And certainly there was the SVT-40, which the Germans actually used as a basis for their own Gewehr 43, since the previous attempt, the Gewehr 41 actually was in some regards not very good. And that was also in some regards actually pretty common standard from the armies on the Eastern Front. They actually sort of learned and took ideas from each other in several regards. Not just the Axis were over the Serbs, but also the Serbs actually took ideas from the Germans. Conscripts here sort of getting blasted, mortar going, oh! Gott im Himmel! That was definitely nice. There we go, submachine guns en masse being handed out to the conscripts. MG42 stopping the shock troopers, Panzers moving with the scrum, Gewehrs opening up in the shock troopers not looking too good. Can they get off a smoke grenade to cover them? At the same time, of course, the Panzers are moving in to take advantage of the fact they're suppressed, because again, suppressed troops do a lot less damage, so it's actually quite safe for the Panzers moves up closer to deal with the shock troopers. Good maneuver there from NovSeb, taking advantage of the conscript moving. MG42 needs to turn, and there we go. Freely, no, he's loading, there we go, the conscript there, and immediately Boris goes down. Remember me, comrades, for having a gun. Fighting continues to a bomb grenade. No, apparently not enough music for that. And again, no, they are barely taking any damages, mostly because now there's a lot of other people joining in. They're actually beginning to suffer a bit. Now they're actually shifting it back there. Conscripts getting shredded there, pinned, murdered. He doesn't even have the munitions right now for incendiary armor piercing rounds, otherwise he could probably done that. And there we go, another Molotov. Panzers continue to fight. Rather desperate fighting here in the centre. Mortars being pushed back as well. Pioneers holding up. South is pretty much all Soviet at the moment. Really, really vicious engagement right here, and there's just bodies everywhere. Shock troopers, conscripts, panzer gunners, even a few MG crewmen left dead in the bushes. Medic bunker already up here. Checking also being conducted, and already have been conducted here by NovSeb.
Our opponents are seizing the sector.
Then he's moving through an angle. Pioneers having slight temporary chance, and there you go. NovSeb realises it's time to get the Scheiße out of there. Gunny's moving up there with the Gewehr-43s. He could try and interrogate, except they're no wounded.
Yeah.
Troops there rebuilding, reinforcing.
You need fire support? Standing by.
Theodosius once more getting ready to move out for the glory of Comrade Stalin. With the numerous submachine guns. And popping over here to Theodosius. Support armor corps going up.
Comrade.
Troops all having a bit of fun here. The position up here could be a bit of trouble there. Lots of submachines moving, the shock troopers leading the way. Also, no, actually, he's merged with them, actually, meaning the shock troopers here won't be necessarily doable, though again, that's again always a choice you can make. Some might do it. I mean, there's always a time for it, because still you'd have a lot of submachine guns, so I mean, it's not all bad. There we go. Forcing where the gun is there with some rather hefty losses. At the same time, he can't keep moving in. MD in trouble. Panzer's gun is doing what they can. That's by covering fire will not be enough. Also, a bit bunched up. Heavy mortar firing away. Oh, damn, that was close. And overall, we're seeing a very vicious assault here from Theodosius. Overwhelming NovSeb in several positions, forcing a rather severe rout. Heavy mortar there, actually getting off a good few hits on the mortar. And there we go, constant force away. Can he get them? Can he get them? Can he get vengeance for all those Germans dead already? Nope, there we go.
More of our troops have been lost.
Last man did not stand a chance. Support armor corps has arrived here for NovSeb. Panzer's Grenadiers counterattacking here versus sensor conscripts by the old wrecked Panzer. There we go, outmaneuvering them, and there we go, forcing them off the field. Oh, Gott im Himmel! That was one hell of a mortar strike right there. Almost wiping out the Panzer Grenadiers. MG4 just ending up here, but taking a few losses here. They're out in the open, so there's no cover for them. But there we go, quickly suppressed Grenadiers following up to push in. And there you go, Panzerkampf has arrived to support the front-line effort. But also nice move actually going for the fuel point. He's clearly sort of trying to deny and limit the amount of fuel he can get to his opponent, but it's already a bit too late. He's getting a tank of his own though. Also noting, I mean, he's rather low in infantry as well. Panzerkampf on the move.
Is encroaching on our territory. You need something demolished?
A few mines in the roads here, that could end up problematic for the Panzer IV, but perhaps already end of NovSeb suspects. They are mined. Going in now for the heavy mortar. Heavy mortar getting quickly out of there. And conscripts rushing in. Hoorah! And anti-tank grenades. Oh. Right there, Theodosius lost his nerve and actually retreated right before it happened. Pioneers here fighting versus the combat engineers. T-34 rolling in here for Theodosius. And there it goes, hits the mine, damaged engine, and already a bit of damage there. And they just have to fall back in the face of this threat. Nice hit there from the T-34, blowing up Friedrich. And mines there. Theodosius definitely on the ball right there with mining. And Theodosius hounding NovSeb's troops as he's trying to fall back to a safer position. Vasily took a hit there from the high explosive shell. Most likely, Panzer IV needs to keep pulling back, and there you go, T-34 coming in nicely on the T-34 there. Nice hit in return though from the T-34 on the Panzer IV. More infantry moving up, Panzer is mortifying support, Panzer IV already heavily damaged. Can he get over Panzer Faust on the T-34? No, he's trying, but he's not quite succeeding. T-34 heavily damaged. Constantly getting shredded. Need to get the Pioneers to repair it rather schnell. His Panzer IV is in a terrible condition. MG4 jutting up, and it looks like he's actually got ambush camouflage for it, though mind you, you need to be in cover for it to work.
Enemy armor! You have orders?
They are not magicians. Johnny's there taking a nasty hit. Heavy mortar continues to do its terrible deed. And Constance there continue to take heavy loss. Another T-34 already arriving. And that is, of course, is one of the advantages of the T-34. You can always quickly get another one. Yes, in some regards, it can feel a bit expensive. On the other hand, it generally means you can just get them out faster there. Since 85 fuel and 280 manpower is certainly a lot less than 320 manpower and 150 fuel. In particular with the same income, I mean, he's going to basically just be able to quickly amass a larger force.
Units awaiting orders.
So, of course, already he's quickly going to be calling in the army. There we go, repairing. Pack here should probably cover the Panzer IV in case something happens. But looks like he's actually laying in something, so he can't do it. T-34 rolling ahead rather quickly, Panzer IV almost veteran. One T-34 moving in. There we go. Oh, shot penetrates on the Panzer IV. Panzer IV actually fails to hit. There we go. T-34 feels its rear. Pack 40 gets off it. Panzer fast veteran 2. And the Pioneers, oh, already looking pretty bad there. They took a nasty hit there. Oh, there we go. T-34 got the Panzer IV. What a terrible situation. There we go. T-34's down, but still, he's lost one Panzer IV in return, and there's still the other T-34, which will be repaired and ready for action once more. So that's definitely not a good exchange right there. For NovSeb, although not entirely bad either for him. I mean, it could have been worse. And then going before 2 stop the conscripts up here, quickly rushing them back, gaining veteran into in the process. And note what he's doing now. Actually, he's shifting it a bit, so his opponent can't as quickly predict, encounter. So right now, for example, and then try and flank a unit there, but he set this up here. Also, note now that you see he gets ambush, meaning he actually gets a damage bonus for the 5 seconds after it shoots up, which can actually allow it to do a lot more damage. And this applies to any units of, say, Panzer Gunners with it, for example. You'll also be able to do a lot more damage. Same with the Grenadiers, with the LMGs, and so on, so on. Little fun fact there. Little fun fact.
Waiting for your command.
But Theodosius' infantry forces are looking rather better at the moment. And he's actually opting for another shock trooper squad.
The enemy is taking what we have secured.
NovSeb, for some reason, not for example trying to take all the territory down, in particular the fuel. He seems rather hesitant in actually trying to harass his opponent, whereas Theodosius is actually quite fond of harassing NovSeb and disrupting and forcing him to run with his troops all over the place. There we go, Panzer fast managed to break through the frontal arm of the T-34. Commands on a bit of heavy fire, mortar a bit exposed, infantry moving in further in support of all of this. Pack 40 for some reason in a very, very rearward position. I would have figured he actually moved up to support. There we go, heavy mortar force away with heavy losses. Shock troops out in the open. He could probably try and get the command. He's repairing the T-34. They'd be nice and easy targets. Looks like he's focusing everything on the shock troops right now. In a bit of a bit there. Oh, Transfer took a nasty hit. Command's finished. Oh, a bit late there, a bit late. You could probably have massacred them if not. Also, this C-34 is actually already getting close to veterancy too, and thus a damage bonus and an improved rate of fire.
We are ready for anything.
Still no attempt at securing territory. Then again, I think this could prove vital if he doesn't do something about it soon. S-mines actually going up. That's a bit rare nowadays, but not necessarily a bad idea. It's only going to make it a bit harder for Theodosius to move his infantry about. Second Panzer arrives here.
What do you want?
And T-34 took a hit there from the Panzerabwehrkanone, but managed to escape. Shock troopers out in the open. A bit of fire lining in against them there.
You can't kill all of us.
And Comets making a move there for the munitions of NovSeb. More S-mines, no mine sweepers, and no attempts at again taking some of the territory down here.
Yes, under fire. Engineers ready.
Munitions point to the captain. There we go. Conscripts hitting the S-mines right there. Quick in their way though, without any casualties, unfortunately. Unfortunately, if you're the German, if you're the Soviets, you're probably quite happy about it. And there we go again, ambush. MG42 is trying to flank it, but again, there's sort of a two-part to this part. He can't see it until it's too late, and again, you know, because he shifted it. And again, you know, he thought he was that way pointing, now it's actually much better covering that way. So, little fun fact. And once more then, NovSeb shifts. It's a really clever heavy machine gun tactics up there. And that would definitely be something more the subject of, say, advanced MG42 tactics. T-34 by the first hands of 4. Bet 2, there we go, on the T-34, increasing damage and rate of fire, overall increasing DPS. Troops moving in, forwards, and again, little activity towards the south again. I wish he would sort of try and harass him there, because it also allows currently Theodosius to actually focus his few forces up here in the north, instead of actually forcing Theodosius to overextend his units, where he could then sort of perhaps pull some things off. So in that regard, you know, it's a bit unfortunate here how NovSeb is playing, as it's really only giving Theodosius the time he needs to breathe, instead of forcing him to constantly commit troops in costly defenses, instead allowing Theodosius to actually build up a force. More importantly, also allow him to keep harassing here with the heavy mortar, now veterans too, which is generally something you actually want to avoid on top of everything. Stormgeschütz arrived here. There we go again. Veteran G2, MG42 with ambush mode again, proving lethal. And also note here, it actually took out 2 shock troopers again. Don't underestimate that 5-second damage bonus they get. No armor support here, a bit unfortunate at least. Panzer IV moving up. Stug a bit slower. Conscripts moving in, taking damage. Panzer forced retreat as well. S-Mans there going off, almost wiping out the shock troops here, by the way. Nice bit of damage. S-Mans definitely proving their worth. Conscripts forced away. Points there being secured. Also note now he's got access to light artillery barrages, and also Stuka close has aboard the Kanonenvogel, the last variant of the Stuka basically, when they were moving away sort of from more the bomb drops there from the high altitude and more towards sort of a more of a different kind of weapons platform with 2 37mm guns. Panzer forward, Stug here. This is a rather nasty engagement. Pack 40 needs to turn. Or perhaps ready for the others who's moving from flank. Target weak point. Can he get it off? There we go. Stunning it. Stug down. Further fighting here. Cluds are getting a heavy mortar, but not success. He's once more cut off, but again, he's not taking it. And there you go. T-34 down. A brutal armoured engagement up here. NovSeb came up on the top this time around, but at the same time Theodosius is pushing up with infantry, and again lots of territory can actually swiftly regain by just reconnecting here. Again, he should be applying more pressure towards here, I feel, or you know, call down some light artillery barrages. Again, he's going to be exposed, he's going to be a bit not paying fully attention, so a quick light artillery barrage, for example, right here, he's moving to attack, and harass could actually result in the loss of a squad, which would really hurt Theodosius right now, and also of course delay any sort of retaking of territory. But rather for some reason there's no response here from the light Infantry Geschütz from NovSeb, and I do feel that's definitely unfortunate. Again, could be another little problem in the longer run. Another Sturmgeschütz on the way. Panzer IV receiving repairs. Also something NovSeb should consider. More pioneers, quicker expedite repairs and quicker get your Panzerkampfwagens back into battle. That will, at least in my opinion, also be a nice idea to be able to go. In fact, we're seeing here, despite barely having any units, I mean, NovSeb is actually able to hold a lot of territory and actually still gain, because again, you know, NovSeb is in some regards, you know, not playing his advantage currently, which is overall squad numeric superiority numbers, you know, to sort of push the front line. And again, you know, for example, also not pushing the fact he's got, you know, lots of munitions to call in artillery, you know, knock out some squads here and then that way, keep up some pressure. But there we go, walking through the S-mines, 3 shock troopers down. Die Sprengminen, one of many different kinds of mines the Germans actually utilized. Another fun one was the Schuhminen, which I believe was actually basically a mine made out of wood, which sort of made it rather undetectable, at least very undetectable by minesweepers. So, little fun fact there. Sturmgeschütz moving up. Stug 3, Ausführung G. Grenadiers here, passive again. NovSeb could be pushing up. He could, for example, go for this and this at the same time. You know, keep pushing NovSeb, keep up the pressure. Instead, he's actually giving Theodosius here time to rebuild and also, more importantly, to gain a lot of fuel, because again, this fuel point is hardly harassed and taken away. Minesweeper's up, that's good. Two shock troop squads moving in here towards the force in the north. Shock troopers here taking quite a bit of damage. Oh, running straight into the grenade. That was hardly the wisest idea there. NovSeb needs to retreat. Forced off there. He might lose the grenades, but to flee. At the same time, engagement up here. Mortar and field gun spotted. Need to rush them, need to rush them. Actually ends up retreating, but there we go. Soviet Air Force has been summoned. A Stuka strafing run. And we just see their Grenadiers almost wiped out. They were definitely a bit lucky there. Still no sign of light artillery barrels again to sort of deal with these harassing units. Another little unfortunate thing, and there we go, another tank here for Theodosius, moving up. Ambush HMG. For some reason with hold firepower, he's waiting to sort of really ambush someone. For some reason it's not cloaking. I wonder why. There we go. Cart's moving straight into it. Panzer being dispatched north. Pack 40 again. I don't know why he keeps it so far back. It's, you know, not really helpful. I suppose there's a reason for it in his mind, but I just can't see that. I suppose it's sort of to cover against deep flanks, but at the same time, no, it just seems a bit silly. In my optics, anyways. Shock troops find themselves there, caught from the Sturmgeschütz. MG-42 firing away there from other positions. Heavy loss there, the shock trooper gets one loss there through the power of the Sturmgeschütz. Another one. Stu really here on a killing spree. Keep firing, Friedrich. Keep firing. Panzer IV could actually try and flank again. I mean, he could probably launch a successful assault now. Calling the Stuka strafing line to basically last way and provide support. But again, NovSeb, despite, you know, for longer part actually having had the advantage in terms of numbers, isn't really, you know, pushing it. But there we go, actually slightly harassing down here. Slightly. And I mean, that certainly took long enough.
Standing by.
Einsatzbereit.
NovSeb certainly feels rather nervous for some reason. Pioneer's running to probably down south, though we see more S-mines up there. He's actually doing quite a bit there. There we go. Spying meaning jumping up and gutting poor Fedorov.
The enemy has driven a wedge in our lines.
Standing by.
Panzer here.
Yes.
Pioneers almost wiped out in return. Really plenty of munitions. At the same time, I mean, the lack of these abilities does seem to be something that happens a bit, you know, for NovSeb. It also happened in the last fight there versus Steven. Then he didn't, you know, utilize any kind of, you know, off-map artillery or air support. Betching through with these shock troopers. Slow move towards there. Panzer IV providing support. MG4 sending up there and firing away. Nice hit there, almost wiping out the Grenadiers, forcing those away pretty quickly. Flanking in there, T-34 flying, covering support. Trying to get that heavy mortar retreat. Field gun also pulling back. He could probably push ahead now. Another T-34 arriving would be a nice timing for some Stuka close air support. Stuka close air support. Summon die Kanonenvogel. But no, apparently not.
Reinforcements complete.
We are ready for action on German territory.
Also plenty of resources. Looks like he's setting up for something bigger.
Ready.
Heavy Panzer Corps going up there for NovSeb. Conscripts moving in there in the hunt for the Panzer IV. And looks like it's time for the mid-game analysis. Current situation is NovSeb is a bit on the defensive, despite, for a larger part actually now having had the superior force, superior numbers. Again, he's, not been pushing very hard. And that in regard, has given Mr. Theodosius actually a chance here to come back rather strikingly. He's got now 2 shock trooper squads, several tanks, eventually 3 heavy mortars, because again, NovSeb just simply wasn't pushing hard enough. And he's still got a nice chunk of the map as well. Almost 50-50 again, despite, in several times having a much smaller force than NovSeb's. And again, NovSeb needs to be pushing harder. He needs to be harassing harder down south. He needs to sort of be pushing harder from the north. I mean, now, of course, we're actually seeing a sizable force that can actually threaten him with several T-34s and a field gun and shock trooper squads. And more than actually quite a combined arms force, which can in several regards, deal with him, because currently NovSeb has no artillery. But right now, I think, pulling off an assault from several angles here towards Theodosius should be his target, and then once he does that, pulling off, say, a Panzer IV assault from the north, Stuke here from the centre, with both being supported by some infantry, perhaps the MG42s and the pack. I mean, he needs to really go all in, I think, and then call in the Stuka close air support, provide further support over the entire, blasting tanks and infantry and whatnot to bits. I think if he does that, I think he would stand a much good chance of actually sort of winning, and perhaps even following up with a quick tactical movement. Might also prove advantageous. But again, he needs to do something. I mean, from the heavy Panzer Corps right now, I would suggest either a Sturm Panzer IV or a Panther, adding in some extra punch towards either infantry or armour. A Panzerwerfer might be a tempting idea, but I don't really think it's going to do the job right here. As for looking at Theodosius again, he's crawling back again, largely due to an opponent who's not punishing him hard enough. And certainly right now, the best idea might basically just be to amass more armour and basically try to overwhelm NovSeb through that, keep up the pressure, keep sort of trying to flank, harass, and again keep him a bit more on the defensive, because it rather seems like NovSeb at the moment does have a slight tendency of falling a bit easily onto the defensive, which could be something that Theodosius could actually exploit to sort of keep his otherwise, slightly inferior force still going. In particular, the 2 shock troopers, they're definitely going to be the hammer here for his plan, to sort of, cut through the Reichseagle and bash it to bits. In terms of damage, I mean, we're seeing here that NovSeb also in terms of kills is sort of, nicely sort of ahead. I mean, not fully, insanely ahead, but still nicely ahead. So again, I mean, he could actually allow himself to be a bit more aggressive, though at the same time, of course, it's not the sort of situation here with, if he suffers some quick losses there, I mean, he's still going to be advantage. I mean, then he might actually end up losing, but still, he needs to be more aggressive. A bit more bold. But back to the front, and again, I'm rather getting the impression, again, he does seem to be rather reluctant to use any sort of air support and artillery support, which is rather unfortunate. Mines going up, then we're missing here now that Theodosius is really sort of trying to guard against any flanking assaults.
Structure complete.
Panzer IV, well, they almost fetch need to. Schürzen up, that would be good.
Squad at full
Panzer IV
strength.
looking impressive here.
AT gun here.
Shock troopers leading the way, MG42 in ambush.
Mines all set.
Close to Veteran 3, by the way. And there you go, firing away. Shock troopers going to fire. They do have a bit of light cover, which should help them a bit. Although had he combined this with incendiary and he probably could have done a lot of damage to them in conjunction with the ambush. Slight shift there, infantry moving in. I wonder what NovSeb is thinking. Heavy mortar firing away, shock troopers. Heavy mortar only hit a few trees, doing relatively little.
Ready for orders. Anti-tank mine set to go.
And there we go, we do see a Panzerwerfer. Let's see if we can do something with it, but again, he rather should be trying to sort of punish the more core assets or the infantry harder. I mean, the Panzerwerfer,
What do you want, comrade?
not sure. Would not have been my choice, to be honest. He rather lacks enough to sort of make it worth it, of the kind that the Panzerwerfer would be effective towards. Panzer IV moves in. Shock troopers falling back, field gun moving up. Panzer IV coming under fire there from the field gun. Come on, there we go, firing frei. He's going to try and catch that field gun. Well, that didn't do much.
Capturing our supplies.
He killed a few shock troopers, apparently, but that's about it, really. The field gun is still standing. And the T-34 said, oh! Blimey, that went rather right there. And there go another T-34. Another T-34. We've all got the field gun again. A Panther or the Sturmpanzer IV really would probably benefit more. The Sturmpanzer IV could basically just walked in and blasted apart the field gun with the Panther IV and Sturmpanzer IV. And there we go. Veteran 2 shooting up. Stun grenade versus shock troopers. Slow retreat there. Grenadiers still taking heavy losses. More grenadiers moving up. Can they get the field gun? Need to focus it down. Focus it down. MD-42 veterans is firing away. Can he get the field gun? T-34 bombarding. Panzerist of Infantry moving in. Where's the Stu? Where's the Pack 40 again? Why isn't he having the Pack 40 support all of this? Field gun cleared out. And again here, Panther would always been helpful with its higher range. And of course, high armor. And again, his squad got wiped out. Hidden NovSeb for some reason. I have no idea why he insisted on moving in his infantry versus that many tanks with little support. And again, the Panzerwerfer simply isn't cutting it. In fact, I feel that might just have been an absolute fatal mistake right there committed by NovSeb in conjunction with the fact that, again, little serious harassment towards Theodosius. Again, now Theodosius is simply slowly but surely building up a larger force. I mean, you can't afford to get too passive when playing against the opponent. The defensive should always be a temporary measure. You should always sort of strive towards attacking him and pushing him back as far as possible. Rather, that didn't happen, and now Theodosius, on the other hand, is the one attacking. And we actually just saw him losing several veteran Grenadier squads. And again, Panzerwerfer really not doing much in terms of serious damage. Rather unfortunate. Stug also needed some repairs. He might be opting for a Panther now by the looks of it. Not be a bad idea. But at the same time, he's now risking encountering even larger Soviet armoured forces. And certainly another Stug or Panzer IV might now prove to be the better idea. Still think the Pack 4 needs to be closer to support things here. More Panzerwerfer goodness. You know, Heinz, I don't really feel like they're actually doing anything with all of these rockets. Yeah, I suppose you might be on to something definitely. The go veteran team before taking an ambush and just shredding through those conscripts. Lots of explosions, lots of death. Pack 40 finally moving up. T-34's rolling in. Stug not dead. Surprise support again. Too slow in repairing this time around, actually. He's still not repairing, seemingly, and still not got 2 pioneers to help with it. Heavy mortar fire going on the MD-42. Pack 40 could be creeping ahead, I think.
T-34 ready for combat.
Hostile infantry!
Finally, some southern movements, and there we go. Another Stormwick attack prepared here for the doses if need be. Panther 4, they're taking a few hits there. Almost down to half health. That was definitely a bit of a reckless move right there from him. And there go 4 T-34s. Stug still not being repaired. Things seem to be falling apart here from NovSeb all of a sudden. Rather unfortunate, rather unfortunate. There you go, finally getting repairs, but again, he needs more than 1 pioneer squad, really, to keep armor properly maintained. I would always suggest, for medium armor, at the very least 2 pioneer squads. For heavy armor, it's not a bad idea to get 3 pioneer squads. But currently, he's got 2 damaged pieces of armor, and he's only got 1 pioneer squad. It's simply not going to be enough. In particular, again, looking here, that clearly, the Theodosius is very much poised to launch an armored assault soon.
300 points stand between us and
Doing a bit of damage. Like taking a little dip. Panther taking up position there. He's upgrading with Panzertrex. There we go. Panzertrex up, but they're already heavily damaged. The charge is not looking good either. Zurückfangen. Ah, Scheiße. Hey, mortar went off there, almost running out the Grenadiers. Stug almost ready, needs to get up to the front line. Panther falls, desperately needs some repairs. And not sure that the Patricks were the best idea. Get a nice sort of Stuka Kanonenfugel run here. Might actually done a lot more damage overall. And there we go. Theodosius moving in. Panther 4 needs to fall back. Field gun setting up. Pack 4 in there. Goes so Air Force called in. Panther 4 needs to fall back. Taking heavy hits. Ah, too late. Simply overwhelmed through sheer force. So Air Force striking in. This is just one massive armoured assault. A breakthrough assault of massive proportions. Heavy damage at T-34. Oh, we're down. 2 T-34s left. Massive assault in MG42. Pioneers holding out there. Stug taking heavy fire for the field gun. Close getting wiped out. Pack 40 destroyed. Just an absolute massacre right here in the centre. Everything's getting annihilated on both sides, though. Clearly, NovSeb is taking the worst of it. He lost his the MD4 actually made it out there just before the entire thing collapsed. But overall, his fucking moment. And 2 T-34s still remain. Stug here needs to fall back towards the base. Not sure what's going on here with my recording at the moment. Seems to be just one of those days. But right here, that was absolutely brutal. Stug went down as well. There we go. We do see a Panther finally running in to support the 10th SS in their endeavours. I believe it's actually either the 9th or the 10th who actually received their Panthers in time overall before they went back to Normandy, while the other one never really received their Panthers while there. No idea what's going on there. A bit unfortunate, and sending my apologies here for the technical difficulties. Then again, overall, we see a lot less of them after they switched over to Bandicam. Since, you know, fact is basically simply too unstable. Panthers are already suffering a damaged engine, rather unfortunate. Though the Panther did suffer from many mechanical troubles. Now this is starting to get slightly annoying. Anyways, did suffer many mechanical troubles. In part, you know, in particular the early Panthers had a slight problem for the engine tilted, and the entire Panthers, till at a certain angle the engine would burst into flames, which I think was something to do with the fact engine was actually from an aircraft. Quick! Oh! Good lord, that rifle grenade definitely did its job. And again, pioneers, he needs more pioneers. And now NovSeb is definitely looking rather crippled. He's got a lot less infantry left. The advantage he had is sort of slowly vanishing away. Heavy mortar just being an absolute menace there. 31 kills. Definitely doing its part for the Rodina. Grenadiers moving up, Panzers moving in. Panzers flying there, T-34 taking a nice bit of damage. Panzers might want to fall back here. Almost wiped out there, oh dear.
You need engineers.
Looks like though they will manage to make it out there alive. Panther full repair once more. Gefechtsbereit. Vorwärts, vorwärts. NovSeb just needs to keep up the pressure.
Awaiting command. Supply sector
Needs to keep up the pressure.
Engineer standing by. What do you need?
Mine went off there, almost wiping out the Grenadiers, compelling a swift retreat here.
T-34, crude, loaded and ready.
And another T-34 again. I mean, Theodosius can simply keep on getting them again. They don't require that much before we can get another one.
What do you want? Hey, T-gun here.
Telemine's going up there. MV4 setting up. Then setting up it off again.
Look out! Grenade! Smoke!
Heavy mortar fire going in. Panther arrives to save the day, or at least so thought. And there we go, ambush MD-42 opening up their veteran. 3 shock troopers definitely taking a bit of a pasting there. Pinned to the ground already. Panther adding to the fun here. Panzer IV following up there to support the Panzerkampfwagen 5. Grenadiers moving in. T-34's ready. Effects bereit.
Taking fire! What do you want? Taking losses!
died a hero!
Panther rolling in.
T-34, crude loaded. Crude loaded. T-34 ready.
And there we go, T-34's repaired. Panther running might get the shock troops to crush a few, but at the same time though it's rather exposed, it's rather on its own, unsupported. Panzer IV needs to get up there, we're seeing the T-34 rolling in. Gets one shock troop, but still also exposing its rear. Careful, NovSeb, careful, forcing. A Panther should always keep its front armor towards its opponent. That was pretty much one thing all Panther commanders had to do. So no, he's exposing the rear, he's doing the exact thing he should be doing. And there's a field gun in front here. Panther needs to get away. Now he's actually calling in some support of some kind. But too little, too late. And now his Panther went down there to T-34s without even doing much damage. That was definitely not handled well there by NovSeb. Definitely not well handled there. I do believe it's actually time to pop back here to NovSeb. But that rather was a waste of a good Panzerkampfwagen 5. And so Führer will hear of this, and NovSeb shall be punished.
The enemy is taking our territory.
But in general, I mean, the Panther, once its sides and its exposed, was actually quite vulnerable because its side and rear armor was rather thin as well. I mean, all I've been focused on basically that 80mm of sloped armor and otherwise keeping it, you know, reasonably fast.
Artillery barrage at your command.
So when he rather than exposing it, you know, it's going to go like it did in real life, which is Panther dead. And kaput.
Stroke 3 ready to deploy.
Nice use of the light artillery barrels there from Theodosius. Panzer coming in. Panzer is trying to fight here, but they're out in the open, so it's a bit of a desperate fight. Panzer doing a bit, then there we go. Nice of the T-34, wiping out 2 Panzer Grenadiers. They stood no chance.
Enemy has killed a machine
Another
gun.
Stuke moving up. Grenadiers moving slightly out over the way there. Another light artillery barrage, but again NovSeb seems reluctant to utilise them alongside the Stuka closer support. Oh, mine went off there. Half Grenadier squad gone again.
It has arrived.
Half Grenadier squad gone again. I mean, he's just bleeding out now. And again, we just see that Theodosius again, partly due to the fact that this fuel supply was never properly disrupted, is able to constantly get in fresh T-34s. And again, after some of the losses that NovSeb has suffered in return, I mean, there's not much you can do to really sort of stem the tide. I mean, again, we've sort of reached critical mass of T-34s once more. Another T-34, by the way, looking close to fetching 2 field guns moving up. So field guns, by the way, definitely not helping either. Interesting enough, he never recruited that mortar. Got all 3 victory points at the moment, but simply again too late, I feel. And now we're seeing the Stuke here coming under fire. T-34s moving in from several sides. Field guns moving up in support. Panzer checks moving up as well. We could try and call in some light artillery support here. And there we go, another strafing run. Panzer IV outflanked. It's really exposed to the T-34s. It won't stand a chance. And ending up right from the field guns. There we go. Panzerkampfwagen kaput. 5 grenades going in. Stuke fighting desperately, but not enough either.
We're losing, man!
And there we go. Most of it seems to just wiped out, and there we go. NovSeb has pretty much been crippled now, beyond repair. Stug moves in. And he lost his veteran MG42. His M-46. T-34 went down there to the Stug. Veteran T-34 arriving. Could probably easily outflank the Stug if he so wanted by moving up there. But there we go. Stuka strafing run hits the rear compartment of the Stug. Stug actually moves forward and there we go. Supposed to be up. Oh! No! No! The Telemann went off without doing any damage. Of course, a bit too late. I don't think it would be massive match even then. I can only imagine NovSeb feeling frustrated at that one. But yeah, that's pretty much game over here. A loss for the 10th SS. Light artillery barrage for some reason calling on these conscripts. And there he goes, Stug kaput. And there we go, game over. NovSeb finally pulls out a brutal loss right here. And again, he looked so strong for a larger part of the game. But again, the problem was he simply wasn't able to close it. For whatever reasons, he all of a sudden got very passive, very defensive. For example, also for whatever rather peculiar reasons, he never really properly harassed the south. He'd usually go for here, but again, a strategic point is also something that's been recently resorted. He should have gone more aggressively after the high value points because they're also slower to take and to capture. And again, you know, that would probably also made it harder for him. And that is Theodosius to get a lot more tanks again. That was sort of one of the problems. He never sort of truly tried to sort of close the fuel hose. So Theodosius couldn't just keep getting on T-34s. And that was one thing again. Theodosius just kept getting hordes of T-34s and then pushing them in. And again, he could have fought and he could quickly replace them. And again, that's the thing about the T-34s. You can lose one, but you can pretty quickly get another. You can't do that, for example, with a Panzer IV and even with a Stug. It's a rather tricky thing and it's not something you should be doing as the Germans. So in that regard, you know, it was something that ended up setting NovSeb quite a bit back, and that was probably one of the things that hurt him the most. Again, the lack of harassment in the south. That combined, you know, with the choice here first of the Panzerwerfer. Again, the Panzerwerfer simply didn't enough. He should have gone for the Panther or a Sturm Panzer IV. Either of those would have benefited him more. And of course, as the game progressed, I mean, he was constantly passive and not good use of his support assets, either light artillery barrage or the Stuka close air support. I think a proper usage of the Stuka close air support could have won him the game as well. And that was another thing, he just didn't do much out of his doctrine, whereas Theodosius pretty much used everything but the howitzer, again, you know, displaying better usage. And also, I mean, Theodosius, I mean, wasn't perfect, and the only reason he really probably won was because of his opponent. I mean, the thing he needs to work on is unit preservation. He has a slack tendency of basically overextending units and getting them wrecked and being a bit too careless about his units. And that was something NovSeb took advantage of, but then NovSeb failed to further pursue that advantage, again, losing the game. He should also have been a bit more aggressive towards those field guns. The heavy mortar, though, definitely proved to be a really good choice, definitely proved to be nice. Good use of shock troopers, field guns, and whatnot. Also nice aggressive use of the T-34s. I mean, he didn't ram, he just, you know, swarmed his opponent, easily knocking them out again. I mean, they have a high rate of fire, decent damage. I mean, if you basically swarm your opponent and they'll basically fire into the rear, I mean, even a Panther's going to go down pretty quickly. And again, you know, that was also a mistake, you know, separating the Panther like that without any support. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this match. I hope you've learned something. I hope you're inspired to do some things. I hope you've gotten some ideas as how to play the game now. If you did want to subscribe, tell your friends, share with everyone. If not, you know, send an email and provide some feedback in the comments. This is Imperial Dane saying cheers.